Spotlight with their brand new novel, The College Chronicles Freshman Milestones. It's the first in a series of books that delves into the ups and downs, some scandals and relationships surrounding university life. And this novel, by the way, has a Charleston twist. So Kelly, welcome to the show. Now, tell me a little about the world that you created with the so-called Charlestown College.
Well, the series, as you said, is the first in a series of 4, and it takes place in Charleston, and it follows the adventures of my protagonist named Cadence Cooper, who's from a small town in South Carolina, and it's about the experiences she has in Charleston, and each chapter is named after a college course. So all of the narratives within each chapter flip back onto the subject. So anything from English 101
That's
to criminal
the first
justice.
One. Right, there's urban studies, there's geology, and like you said, they all kind of relate back. This seems like a very interesting book, but then it's not just college life, it kind of dives into a murder mystery of sorts.
Not a murder mystery that I know of, but there are some. Maybe that's a good idea.
A scandal, I suppose.
There are some scandals that are based in student life and whatnot. So there's a lot of drama involving professors and students and community individuals. So yeah.
Your protagonist then gets involved in photography and kind of experiences campus life through the lens of the camera.
She does, and that also allows her to experience quite a bit more than she would just being on the fringes, and so it does help propel the narrative. And I was a photographer when I was in college as well, so there's a good bit of autobiography in that particular aspect. And on the website, I've gone around and photographed certain scenes from the book, including some scenes from Charleston. So if you visit the website, you can see scenes from the book, and it puts a visual dimension to it.
Charlestown is a fictional higher learning institution, but you teach at the College of Charleston. So was there any kind of pushback from them, or did you find that there were similarities or differences between the two? And did it make it easier to write the book knowing that you were kind of in that setting?
I think my experience in education for 20 years made it very easy to write the book, and I was a student for a very long time, and some people say that I still am. As far as I've pulled some from the classroom and some from personal experiences, and so far the community's been very open and welcoming, and I have a lot of former students who are very excited and very positive feedback from my readers. So far.
What made you actually want to dive in and write this book and the ones that are coming next?
The story came to me literally on the back of a student's hand. It was March 6, 2009, and I was giving an in-class essay. And I always had students skip lines during the essay so that I could go and put my comments in, as an English teacher, well, you need to do this. And so the student had written skip lines on her hand and underlined it a couple of times. And I looked at her hand as she's struggling to write the book. Write the essay. And the narrative there was a voice that began, and I started writing down notes immediately.
Oh, wow.
And by the end of the day, I had the series mapped out. So
that's wonderful, because there's one of the pictures on the back of the book right there, skip lines with the hands on it.
That is.
Wonderful. So I was wondering that because I read the first page and I said, well, what exactly does that mean? So there you go. You'll have to pick up the book and check it out too. How can people get the book and hopefully the subsequent ones that are coming out?
Okay. It's available through our website at www.thecollegechronicles.com. It's also available on Amazon in print form and digital, as well as Barnes & Noble. And we're going to be in some local bookstores soon, hopefully. And there is, those of you from my hometown in Georgetown, we're at Clock Tower Books. So go down there and get yourself a copy.
Cool. Make sure you check it out. That's the website and the phone number for more information. And right before the segment, we were talking that this is the first 4 years in the College Chronicles, and you already have the end mapped out?
I know where it's going. Well, as a writer, I know where it's going. Sometimes those characters make twists and turns that you don't expect, but absolutely, last chapter of the last book is already written.
Is that difficult to try and kind of catch up to speed and having the ending already played out in your head?
I think the pressure's on now, because if people like it and they want more, then I better get to writing some more. But yeah, it's constantly evolving and changing, and it's been thrilling to see where it's gone now and where it's going to go.
Well, we're excited to read it too. Let's put the information up on the screen one more time. It's the College Chronicles Freshman Milestones. It's Kelly Owen. You can get it wherever books are sold around here, and make sure you hit up that website to learn more about it. Kelly, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks.
We do appreciate it. Sounds like an interesting read. Much more Lowcountry Live coming up after the break. Make sure you stick around here later.